I'm your friendly neighborhood pirate, Mario, and this is the story of King Shahryar of the Persian Empire. So, King Shahryar was a young, good, prosperous, generous king. He wanted to rule. He wanted to rule the empire with his brother Shahzamin, but that wasn't allowed in the rules. Remember the time kings used to follow rules? Used to be, well, decent. Neither do I. Anyways, he had a wife, the Sultana, whom he loved dearly, but she broke his heart. The king was heartbroken and his mental health took a turn for the worse. He wanted to punish the womankind for the discretions of the Sultana. So, what did he do? First, he sent the Sultana to the Grand Vizier to be executed. Next, he became the biggest red pill boy since Andrew Tate. And, well, he would marry a girl from the kingdom in the day, consummate the marriage in the night, and before the next morning, have her executed by the Grand Vizier in the town square. It was sad. The whole kingdom was afraid, and everybody was concerned by this turn of events. This happened for many nights, many days. There was a girl in the kingdom whose name was Sherazade, and Sherazade had an idea to stop this madness. Sherazade was also the daughter of the Grand Vizier, the general of the king, who was doing these executions, and she went to her father and said, "Dad, I want to marry the king." And Grand Vizier broke down. He cried. He said, "I can't let that happen to my girl, because he would be the one to execute her the next morning, But she told him that she had a plan, and trusting his daughter, he got her married to the king. As a marriage gift, the only thing she asked of the king was that her sister, Dinarazad, would be allowed to sleep in her chambers. To her sister, she said, "In the morning, an hour or two before the first light, wake me up and ask me to tell a story." Now, how does that happen? You would be asking. Well, that night, after their marriage, they consummated the marriage, and in the morning, Dinarazad woke her up and she told her sister, "Sister, tell me the great stories that you tell me every night. Maybe this is the last time I'll hear such a story from you." So Scheherazade started telling her a story. And she left that story on a cliffhanger. Now, it was almost morning, the first light. And the king did not send her for execution because now the king was invested in the story. He wanted to know what happens. So Scheherazade survived the night. And she told another story, and then another story, and then another story. And this continued for 1,001 nights, after which the king was a calm and changed man. The stories of Scheherazade changed him. He understood the folly of his ways. And so he spared her life. And they, well, lived happily ever after, I suppose. So that was the story of the Arabian Nights. And these stories were passed on from generation to generation for hundreds of years without being written down, orally, word of mouth. And that's what I need from you, my dear listener. Tell the story to a friend and do me a favor, put some spice on it, change them however you please. Add some aliens into it if you want. Maybe this happens in an alien kingdom, you know. Let's put these folk tales back into oral tradition. So, what do? I'm your friendly neighborhood pirate, Mario, and I tell you folk tales and mythological tales, fairy tales from around the world. Let's put them back into oral tradition. And this is me signing off, hoping you have a good night. And maybe a better night than Sherazade, where your life don't depend on a story. Ciao.